In this video, we are going to review the LG Ultragear 34GP83A-B. This thing is a monster. This thing is an awesome monitor. I can't wait for you guys to check it out with me here, so let's go ahead and take a closer look. Now let's not waste any time getting into this review. I'm a firm believer of you get what you pay for. The LG monitors in the past that I've purchased have been phenomenal monitors. I haven't really had any issues with them at all, and this one is no exception. Now, if you're unfamiliar with ultrawides, these things are huge, especially if you're coming from a traditional style monitor. These things can take up a ton of real estate. Now, this monitor's construction, it is made up of a black plastic with red accents, tastefully added throughout its design, but despite it being plastic, it is well built and sturdy. The bezels are thin all the way around, measuring in right around 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters, making this a great candidate for multi-monitor setups. We will talk more about the specs of the panel later on in this video. On the back side, you will find a red accent ring with the Ultragear logo centered just above the stand and VESA mount. To the right of that mount are all of your ports. You get a 2x HDMI 2.0, one 1.4 display port, one headphone out. By the way, this does not have built-in speakers. You get 2x USB 3.0 downstream and a single USB 3.0 upstream port. Now, moving on to the stand, it does keep that red-black theme. It is a V-shaped base, making it a minimal but a sturdy design. Halfway up the stand, you will find a hook that you can use to help with your cable management. It is a toolless two-piece system. Simply attach the base of the stand with the two fixed thumb screws that are on the bottom of the base, and then click the stand into the back of the monitor. That's one thing that I've loved about LG monitors throughout the years, is they make their stands really easy to install, and you don't have to have any special tools to put them together. Now, the stand does provide a little bit of ergonomics to it. You have a tilt range of -5 degrees to 15 degrees, and a 4.3 or 110 millimeters of vertical movement. But again, if you wish to bypass the stand altogether, the monitor is VESA 100 compatible and is light right around 12 pounds, which is considerably light for a monitor of this size and is enough to accommodate most arms. Now let's talk a little bit about the panel itself. First, it is a 1900R curved matte finished Nano IPS, which means it has a larger color gamut than a standard IPS panel, but with the speed of a TN panel, with minimal glare and reflections thanks to that matte finish. In fact, this panel has a DCI P3 rating of 98%, which means it is great for gaming, but also can be used for any type of video editing, photos, without much tweaking involved. The total resolution is 3440 by 1440 screen, which gives you a 21:9 aspect ratio and can pump out a 144 Hz refresh rate with just a standard DisplayPort cable, or you could turn on the overclock and bump that to 160 Hz. Now, I haven't done much testing with that 160 Hz just because 144 Hz for me personally is completely smooth enough and I haven't had any issues with it. It also has a NVIDIA G-SYNC and FreeSync certification, so that works with that as well, and has other features like HDR10 and black stabilization. Now, just a quick PSA for console users out there that are looking at purchasing this monitor. Because most consoles can't go above a 16:9 aspect ratio, you may want to look at other monitors, because with this one you're going to be wasting a ton of money because you're not even going to be able to utilize everything that this monitor is designed to do. If I were to give you some recommendations, I did some other video reviews you can check out on this channel. I'll post the cards up in the top right corner, but one of them is the Omen HP, the HP Omen 27i. It's a 27-inch 1440p 2K monitor. Essentially, it's 165 Hz. That one works really well. It is not a curved screen, but the other one is also a Gigabyte G32QC. That one is also, I believe that's a 165 Hz. If not, it's a 144 Hz. That one is curved, and that one has worked well for some of the console users in the past. Again, those cards will both be up in the top right corner. Now, the out-of-the-box settings are going to work for probably 90% of you guys. You can do some final tweaking. We can go in. I'll show you how to access the menu a little bit later on. But the colors on this thing, they're vibrant, they're accurate, they look great. Being that this is a curved IPS panel, the viewing angles are also great. They're advertised at 178 degrees on all sides of the monitor. That seems to hold true. I can read things clearly no matter which side of the monitor I'm kind of looking down on to see what those angles are like. Now, the one thing that I will say is not all monitors are perfect, and sadly this one does have some flaws. One of them being a low contrast rating of 1000:1, which means in a darker room, your blacks are gonna look more like a gray type of color. Secondly, this monitor does have some light bleed. So in a pitch black room or a really dark room, you're gonna see some light bleed, specifically more towards the bottom corners of the screen. One other thing is you do have to turn on what they call overdrive in order to achieve that 1 millisecond response time, which is how fast your pixels will change colors from one to the next. Now, doing this or increasing the overdrive sometimes can cause what they call ghosting. Again, the out-of-the-box settings, I haven't had to make any adjustments to that playing games like Call of Duty, but any like high-paced or fast-paced type of games, I haven't seen any ghosting. Now, in the event that you do need to make any adjustments to your screen, it's really easy to use. On the bottom center of the monitor, you've got a joystick that you can press up on, and you've got a really easy to use menu that you can make virtually all the adjustments that you need to see fit. The one thing that I really like about this interface is the fact that you can get at a glance information. You can see your refresh rate, if your adaptive sync is on or off, if your HDR mode is on or off, and the list goes on. So my final thoughts on this monitor is so far it's been a great monitor. Even like I've mentioned before, an out of the box experience. Every setting has worked really well for me. I'm sure as time goes on, I will make a few adjustments to those settings. Now, some of you guys are probably asking, what does this monitor actually cost? Now, at the time of this recording, the monitor is about $800 US, but I happened to pick this model up about 3 or 4 weeks ago on a sale where I got it for 600 bucks. So I would certainly keep an eye out for a $600 sale. This monitor, to me at least, is very well worth that price tag. However, on the other hand, because of maybe the price of this monitor, the poor contrast, or maybe even the light bleeding itself, this monitor is not gonna be for everybody. And so you'll wanna kind of like look around and check out different monitors that you're looking for in order to compare it to. That is essentially gonna wrap it up for this monitor review. Hope you guys liked it. If you got something out of it, you know what to do. Product links will be down below in the description. Let me know what you guys think about this monitor. If you have it, if you're looking at getting it, reach out to me down in the comments below as well. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.